Something that I've realized in life is that a few big wins can actually cover up all of the mistakes, and effectively you can rewrite history. So you might see a lot of these successful people, they've got these millions, they've got these billions. You probably look at their career and you think, oh my God, this person's been successful flawlessly for 20 years. But then when you actually do the history and delve back into their careers, they've probably made more mistakes than they have good things happen. Now, I kind of spoke about this before. My favorite rapper is Jay-Z, as I've always said. And sometimes I look back at his career and I would think off the top of my head, like, yo, this guy's been successful for all this time. He's never had a bad period. He's never fallen off. But when you actually analyze this guy's career, there were many down points. And Jay, what he's good at, he's able to kind of use perception to kind of finesse things. So that when time goes by, when you look back, you think that it's all flawless. But if I take you back to 2006, for example, so obviously Jay-Z running Def Jam, not doing a good job. He has his album, he's in retirement for 3 years, right? He's got his album, Kingdom Come, that's coming out. Bearing in mind, he's the president of Def Jam, so that's already a conflict of interest. As the president, you're going to come out and release an album. So now he's allocated all of the budget money to his album. $20 million, one of the most expensive albums ever. Long story short, Kingdom Come flops, does well first week. People are not really liking the album, though. Jay doesn't know what he's doing. You can even hear on the album, he sounds very dated. Like he's just talking, he's got sort of 30-something. He's talking about how being 30 is cool and all this kind of stuff. Some decent songs, but it's just not the Jay we wanted. So that album was received badly. So now people are looking at Jay like, yo, this guy might be finished. Come out of retirement, he's looking like he could be done. A year later now, so he comes back quick. A year later now, 2007, looks like he's kind of struggling. Bearing in mind, 2006, he's not with Beyonce at this time. They've kind of broken up, right? Cool. So 2007 comes now. A year later, Jay's kind of looking, okay, I don't really know what to do career-wise. He's had to pay back the 20 million at Def Jam because he's stepped down now. Now he releases the American Gangster album. What's crazy about this album is that you would think that American Gangster was a soundtrack to the movie because it came out in the same week as the movie. It's got nothing to do with the movie. It's not a soundtrack. All that happened is that Jay basically got an early release of the film. Basically, he's seen the film early. So when he was recording the album, he had the film playing in the background. That gave him inspiration to make the album and do the songs. So you can kind of see Jay's not really too creative. He used the movie to kind of, because he's saying he's born in 1969, so I can relate to this because it's based in the 70s. So he's used it as kind of like a fake, loose inspiration to make the album because it took people back to Reasonable Doubt days. So Jay does that now. People are loving the album, critical acclaim. Jay's back. But again, he kind of finessed that because it's not even a soundtrack. You would think it's a soundtrack, but it's not. Coincidentally, the movie just happened to be coming out. So cool, critical acclaim. Jay's back on top. Amazing. 6 months later now, he gets married to Beyonce. And now that's when his career takes a turn. Let's just be honest. Since he married Beyonce, things have been on the up and up. Founded Roc Nation that year as well. The next year, he does Blueprint 3. Then from there, he starts doing all this international touring. He gets his first number one in '09 with Empire State of Mind. Bearing in mind, he'd had a career for 13 years. He hadn't had a number one. I'm attributing Beyonce to all this because her fame really helped Jay out a lot as well. Because obviously, he's had all this money. But with him being worth $2 billion now, I'm sure Beyonce had a big thing to do with that, with perception. He knew, he's a smart guy. I'm sure he knew that, okay, realistically, if I'm married to Beyonce, perception-wise, I'm going to be able to get into anywhere. I remember he couldn't even do Oprah before, but now he's with Beyonce. Beyonce can go up there and say, oh, can I bring my husband? So obviously Jay's going to be allowed to come. The White House with Obama and all that. If you're with Beyonce, obviously Jay's going to be able to come as well. So again, Jay was smart enough to have the perception to know that, okay, he needs to do these things to better his career. But when you actually look at it at the time, this guy was kind of struggling and he kind of got these lucky circumstances. Blueprint 3 comes out. I don't really like the album, but people think that's a decent album. Starts doing international touring. Then he does Watch the Throne. In hindsight, people will say that's a classic album. Listen to the album again. Kanye outshines Jay-Z a lot on that album. Jay trying to do the young rap, doing the as he always does. He's trying to, even songs like Ham, he's rapping about money. Magna Carta the same. He's doing this money rap. But then he'll come out, he's well-spoken, he does the interviews to kind of cover it up, saying that, oh, Magna Carta album, I'm talking about some grown man stuff, talking about art and all these things. Then he released the 4/4 album, which is the personal one. Because that's so personal, and it's the last solo album he's done, perception-wise, you're going to think, oh my God, Jay's given us everything now. He's given us the personal album. Because that's the last album we've got from him as well, and it's a classic album, you're going to always look at this guy as a legend. But as I kind of said before, from '06, when he was running Def Jam and Kingdom Come, there were a few down periods, and he had to use his savvy to kind of get to where he is now. So now he's worth 2 billion, but a lot of that is attributed to American Gangster movie happening to come out, flipping him getting married to Beyonce, then that perception allowing him to do all this media, be on Oprah and all this kind of stuff. So again, Jay's my favorite rapper. He's got classic material, but he taught me that through small wins, you can kind of cover up all of the losses, and perception is more important than reality. Because his perception is that this guy's had a flawless career, but I'm here to say it's far from flawless.